Welcome back to Let's Play Chrono. This is 480 volts. In the last episode, we explored a little bit of Termina. And, well, in this episode, let's head up these stairs here. Master Viper, I'm here to polish your statue again. Well, how nice. To progress with the plot, we'll just talk to that guy, but let's talk to this kid here.
Me? I'm not waiting for anyone. I'm just too cool to hang with anyone else.
Oh yeah? You say anything else? No. You're just too cool to say anything else. Hey, I didn't see you there, buddy.
It's hot standing in the sun, so I'm staying in the shade to cool off. I'm not some kind of hoodlum or something, so don't get me wrong.
You get my drift? No, I don't understand.
What? I'm not letting you into the shade.
Who cares if you get sunburned? Well, that's not very nice. What if I say I do get your drift? Understood.
So you understand me. You're a nice guy. Here, take this. Alright, sales received the T for free frame.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, well, if we check out this little place here, this little itty-bitty house, don't see anybody in here. Oh, okay. Well, let's just explore. I'm sure nobody will mind. Oh, it's a mother telling a story to her little girl. And that is how the 6 great dragons sealed the dark evil and restored peace to the land. The end.
Mama, do dragons really exist? How big are they?
Oh, silly. This is a fairy tale. The old people made it up. Fairy tale? Tell that to my pet dragon, why don't you?
But Mama, Korcha says dragons still exist.
Are you still playing with that boy? How many times have I told you to stay away from him? Besides, it's hocus pocus like that that's making Galdove so remote to us on the main island. Where in the world is there such a thing as the dragon cheer?
I'm sorry, Mama, but Korcha's stories are fun to listen to. The story he told last time about Master Viper's manor was so scary.
Oh, so Korcha knows how to get to Viper Manors? Oh, interesting. No buts. Anything that boy says is a flat-out lie. Any child that believes in such nonsense is not a child of this family.
Whoa, that's a bit harsh. No way! I belong to this family.
There. You're not going to get better if you don't listen to me. Now, you promise me you won't play with Korcha anymore. I will tell the next story.
I promise. So please tell me the next story.
Yes. What should I read you next? Well, this lady doesn't know anything about video games. I mean, if fairy tales and old wives' tales and rumors and legends, they're all 100% true, and they're going to affect me, 480 volts, in the very near future. You say anything else? You're not going to say anything else? Okay, that's it. Alright, nothing here. Like, the 6 dragons that sealed the great evil? Yeah, I'm sure that's not anything important in the game. What else did they say? The dragon's tear? Yeah, I'm sure that's not anything important in the game. How's this? Maybe a little more to the left. Just look around. Flowers decorate the town when the festival comes. Don't you think it's romantic to have the whole town filled with flowers? What if, I mean, that's a lot of pollen right there. That'd turn your nose red and your eyes red. So I think it's actually really more obnoxious than it is romantic, but okay. It's our way of showing our gratitude towards Master Viper. Yeah, I better hope he's not allergic to roses. We are really thankful to Master Viper for our town's peace. Well, that's good. Master Viper sounds like a good dude. Oh, you silly boy. That's your right, isn't it? Oops. My bad. Okay. No. Oh, I just now noticed. I thought it was just a girl. I didn't realize there's a boy with them. They're lip locking. Easy on that, kids. I'm assuming they're kids. I'm assuming they're teenagers. What's this place? Grandma keeps waiting for her grandson to come back. Oh, really? She always tells me stories about him, but we don't know where he is. If you ever meet him on your travels, please tell Grandma is waiting for him. I believe his name was Skelly. Oh, yeah? Okay. I'm guessing the skull in my backpack's name is Skelly. So is that the same dude? Let's talk to Grandma. Yes? Who might you be? Grandma, they are travelers passing through. My, so sorry. My eyes have become really weak in my old age, and I thought that my grandson had come back. My grandson was such a cute boy. He was really plump and cheerful, loved to make people laugh. That's why the boy joined the circus to become a clown. For the first few years, he wrote letters to me almost daily. He always said how gratifying the work was, although it was very challenging. Yeah, I'm thinking it might have been quite a bit of a challenge if your grandson's who I think it is. One day his letters suddenly stopped coming. I hadn't heard from him since. I hope he wasn't in an accident or something. I just pray that I might see his cheerful face once more before the heavens come claim my soul. Yeah, well, I hope we're not talking about the same dude because, your grandson ain't exactly, plump right now, if you know what I mean. Alright, time to progress. So what we are going to do, is we are going to talk to this guy right here. When you want to progress, you talk to this guy right here. That's a big old statue right there. That must be General Viper. Alright, all squeaky clean. It's got to be extra clean for the coming festivities. Have you folks come to see the Viper Festival? Termina is peaceful thanks to the watchful eye of our Master Viper. At times warm, at times strict, Master Viper watches over us always. With that said, of course, the real Master Viper resides in his manor, along with his Acacia Dragoons. I've heard of those guys. If you'll allow me to brag a little bit, I was invited to the manor a while back. It is a magnificent place. If there is a heaven on earth, that would be it. The manor is beautiful, and its design incorporates the surrounding terrain to its advantage, making it an impenetrable fortress. On top of that, there are powerful soldiers standing guard in front of the main gates that can destroy any monster with just one blow. Well, an upright citizen like myself might be invited to the manor's garden party, but not so for you folks. What, we're not upstanding citizens? I'm a dead guy with a pretty girl walking a dog. I mean, how much more upstanding can you get? The most you will get is a cold reception from the gate guards. Oh. Hey, it's Kid! What's up, Kid? Alright, that's settled. We've got to sneak into Viper Manor. You gotta find out what the Acacia Dragoons are up to, right? I'm going to attempt an accent. It's probably going to fail miserably. And why that Kosh bloke was trying to capture you. I've got some business there as well, so I'll go along with you. How about it, Serge? Serge. Anyway, I guess I got numb tongue. Numb tongue! At this point, you could continue to refuse Kid, and you'll have a few more options to recruit her, and eventually there'll come a point where, there'll just come a point where things happen. But for right now, at this point, I'd say your ramifications for bringing her into your party are over. I mean, if you want to go ahead and bring her into your party now, that's fine. It doesn't have any lasting repercussions. Go ahead and bring her into your party. Let's go! It's the obvious choice, right? According to Grandpa here, this Viper Man is a bloody big place, which also means it'll be easy to break into. How'd you come up with that? I'm thinking it's probably got a big gate with a big lock and big guards blocking it. There's got to be more than one way in. If we don't plan this right, it'll cost us our lives. Oh yes, Serge, I'll leave this in your hands, just in case. It's a teleporter. This is a really handy gadget that allows you to exchange party members from afar. The way you use it is... forget it. Check it out for yourself. I hate explaining the details. Serge received the teleporter. And... Kid, join your party. And the nice thing is, even if you refuse her, she'll still give you the teleporter, but she'll kind of tell you, screw you, and I really don't care about you anymore. So let's bring her into the party. You know, I want to show something off with Mojo. Mr. Mojo. Alright then, call me anytime. Bob's your uncle, eh? Nah, I meant to have her at my party. Oh well. I'm going to show you something with Mojo. If you head on over to the smithy. Is it the smithy? I think it's the smithy. Yeah, it's the smithy. You head over to the smithy. And if you go to the smithy, and if you go to this little totem pole right here, with Mojo in your party, brother, no, it's very similar, but it's not him. My long-lost brother, where are you now? Yeah, just kind of funny. Alright, I'm gonna go find a save point real quick. Actually, I know where there is a save point. Get! The way you use the teleporter is you go to a save point, and, or the world map. That'll work, too. Let's see, there's one in the inn. Do-do-do-do-do. And you go, you press the square button, and you can bring, and you, yeah, you press, sorry, I'm falling asleep here. You press the square button on the save point, and you select teleporter. And there, you can switch out your party members. You can't switch Serge out. You're kind of stuck with him, but you can take any of these guys right here. So that's how you switch party members. And yeah, it's a fair way of doing it. I guess Chrono Trigger was like at any point in time you could switch your party members out. But this is more like Final Fantasy VII. You got to be on a save point or at the world map. The teleporter is basically the PHS. Is all it is. And the reason I left Mojo in here, I'm not going to use him ever. You can hang your hopes up on that. I just want to show. I want to see what the fortune teller says about him and Kid. I don't know if I'll bring everybody for a reading over to the fortune teller, but you know, we'll see what she says about. Let's read Kid's fortune. You there. In your eyes, I perceive both the look of a beauty and the look of a beast. Be mindful not to bring about your own end, my dear. A dream lies in wait, reaching out to engulf you. Sorry, Mom, I don't believe in fortune telling at all. I'll make way for my own future by myself. Lassie, you should listen to your elder's advice. Yeah, whatever. Ha! I don't give a damn. Let's go, Serge. And let's try Mojo. There is someone, no, a thatch of straw that is most dear to you in this vicinity. Okay, that's strange. Alright, I'm gonna hit that save point again. Well, no, that's fine. This is fine right here. I don't care. Did I ever, hang on one second. Okay, just checking up on something. Alright, so Kid wants to go into Viper Manor, and she thinks we ought to go with her as well. So that's our mission, is to go to Viper Manor. Now, apparently, there are guards at the gate, so we probably won't be able to get in that way. Actually, we tried that, didn't we? A couple videos ago. That didn't work. Somebody said there was a hidden entrance through the Shadow Forest, but there was a big freaking shirtless dragoon blocking the way, so that didn't work. So we gotta figure out another way to get into Viper Manor. Well, this comes to a part in the LP that I've been kind of mulling through in my mind how I was going to manage this. We've come to a point where the LP splits off into a 3-scenario option. Kind of sort of like Final Fantasy VI, except you only get to pick one scenario per game. The way it works, we need to get to Viper Manor. Well, there are 3 pathways to Viper Manor. 3 different pathways to Viper Manor, and on each one, we will meet one of 3 characters and recruit that character into our party. Whichever character it is depends on which pathway you choose. Actually, you recruit the party member here in Termina first off, or you make arrangements to do so, and then that determines which pathway you're going to go. Now, the thing is, once you've chosen a pathway and recruited that pathway's party member, you can never, ever, ever recruit the other 2 party members. At least not until, like, New Game Plus, where there's a way where you can get everybody at once. This is one of the reasons why, if you're not playing New Game Plus, you can't recruit everybody, all 44 characters in the game, because it's not possible. And this is one of the reasons why. There's another reason later on. But, so we got 3 pathways to choose from, 3 characters to choose from, and they're all fairly different characters, too. So let's take a look at our options here. Option number 1, Guile. A magician who has a bet with the fortune teller that he could break in to Viper Manor, or sneak in rather to Viper Manor, and swipe something. Option number 2. Pierre, the swordsman, who wants to meet General Viper, but is afraid that he'll get laughed off by the guards because he doesn't have his medal that proves that he's a hero. Option number 3. The Magical Dreamers are touring with Mickey's team of dancers, and they're going to perform a show at Viper Manor. Problem is, the lead singer, Nikki, is missing. So between those 3 options, I choose option number 1, Guile. Let's talk to him. There is no such thing as an impregnable fortress in this world. It is destined to be so. So you have business at the manor as well. Interesting. Gambling is a lot more interesting with higher stakes. What we need now is a seasoned sailor and a sturdy boat to cross the rough waters. If you can find one, leave the rest to me. I will guide you to Viper Manor. What will it be? Let's ask for his help. Guile enigmatically joins your party. Alright, so Guile is our party member for this pathway. Now that I've recruited him, I can't recruit the other 2 members. I'll be able to go back and go through those paths later on. I'll be able to backtrack, but it won't be the same. Like, I think there's a different boss fight in each pathway. Once you've chosen one, the other 2 are removed. It's just places for you to backtrack and get treasure and kind of stuff. Now let me explain how 480 is going to handle this, because I'm a completionist, always have been, and that means, now, problem is, if you're a completionist, and you're playing Chrono Cross, it means you're going to be replaying Chrono Cross a lot, because there's no way to complete everything in a single run. You have to go back after the fact and do stuff later on. So the way I'm going to handle this particular scenario, I chose Guile because, well, I'll explain why I chose Guile in a minute. I'm going to play through the entire game. Okay, hang on a minute. Once you find a boat, leave the rest to me. I shall guide you. I believe the fortune teller said the target for the bet is located in the manor's mess hall. Well, how lovely. The way I'm going to do this, I'm going to play through this game. I'm going to do Guile's path, and then I'm going to play through the entire game, and we'll get to the end, and we'll beat the final boss, and yada yada yada. Now, what about the other 2 paths? Well, first off, I'm going to have to go back through New Game Plus anyway to show off the different endings of the game, right? So when I go through New Game Plus, then I'll show you the other 2 pathways. Now, obviously, in New Game Plus, I'll be more powerful and have better weapons and stuff like that, and boss fights will be a lot easier, and that'll kind of take away from the challenge of doing it yourself for the very first time. Not to worry, 480's awesome, he's got you covered. I have a backup save state, or save file, I should say. What am I doing in Lisa's Bard? I have a backup save file, let's see if I can find it, that I made. It's probably not the only one I'll make. If you go to load save load, my bad. Alright, as you can see here, this is the file I'm on. Well, this is a new file. So what I'll do is when I get to New Game Plus, I'll save it to this file and continue everything, from beginning and show you different endings and stuff. But when we get to the split point, I'm going to reload this file. And, now, I'm going to play through it on New Game Plus, and I'm going to play through it on normal game, but I'll only record the footage from normal game, so that way you can see it as if I were playing it for the very first time. And I'll show you the other 2 pathways, maybe even back-to-back. I may show them to you back-to-back. And then there's another split pathway later on in the game, and I'll do the same thing there. That one's quite a bit different, though. This split pathway really isn't that significant. It just means that, well, Guile will be a part of my party, and I won't ever be able to recruit the other 2, but it's really not that big of a deal. Why do I choose Guile instead of the other 2? Well, for one thing, if this is your first time playing through the game, I recommend Guile because he's a really good, powerful character. Now, the one you get for going through the Magical Dreamers, he's a pretty good character too. And I thought about choosing him because, or her. I shouldn't really spoil. I thought about choosing that party member because, well, their story arc is a little more interesting, I think, than Guile is. Their business in Viper Manor's, I think, more interesting. But there's a particular ending in New Game Plus that you can only get from going through the Magical Dreamers area. So, since I'm going to have to do that anyway, to show that ending, I might as well just do that. And as for why I'm not doing Pierre right now, is because, well, Pierre's pathway is really kind of boring, and Pierre himself is not that great of a character. And looking long-term wise, which one would I rather have in my party? I would say Guile. He's pretty awesome. Let's take a look at Guile. And then we'll kind of end off the video. Okay, so he's the masked magician. He's 26. He's from the Zenin mainland. And tall and slender, you don't say. Now, if he looks... Let me explain something about Guile. I've alluded to the game The Radical Dreamers. The story of that game, it centers around 3 characters. The main one is Serge. The second one is Kid. And the third one is a guy by the name of Gil. A masked dude by the name of Gil or Jill or something like that. And some translations, there's a reference to Radical Dreamers in this game, and his name is translated to Maygil or Mayjill or something like that. When they made this game, they thought about making Guile that character. You know, they thought about bringing that character back, but then they decided against it. But they changed his name to Guile, slightly different than Gil and or Mayjill. So they changed his name to Guile, and now they still modeled him after the character Mayjill or Gil or whatever you want to call him. In fact, that mask he's wearing is a reference because in Radical Dreamers, Mayjill or Gil or whatever had a mask on, and now if you think that he looks familiar, even if you haven't played Radical Dreamers, if Guile here reminds you of somebody, it's because he should. And I won't spoil it for anybody who hasn't played Radical Dreamers. I don't think it's something you find out in the main ending of Radical Dreamers. It's one of the optional endings where you find out the truth, where you find out something about Mayjill and why Guile here may remind you of somebody a little bit differently. But, you see the way he's following Serge, the way he's following us in our party? That should tip you off right then and there. If you haven't already figured out who he's supposed to remind you of. Yet again, I won't spoil it. Go play Radical Dreamers if you wish. It's an okay game. Oh yeah, and of course, Guile is Black Elemental. He has a porcelain rod and some ivory mail. You know what? I need to take whatever Poshul was wearing, get it off of her. Okay, she had an ivory helmet. I'm going to take that off. I think I gave something to Lena as well. They probably got elements on too. There's no need for them to be wearing those accessories. Let's see. Go to elements, allocate, remove all. Now, I think Poshul's already been removed, but let me just verify. No, I got stuff on her. Not that I'm going to use yellow elementals that much. Oh, and I kind of didn't show you this on time. I think it happened after we beat the last boss and got our 3rd star level. We now have access to techs in this game. For instance, Serge has Dash and Slash, which is a physical-based tech. Kid has access to Pilfer, which allows her to steal. What's his name? Guile has Wandin. And Poshul has K9 Ball. K9. Clever. Lena has Maiden's... Oh, yeah, is that Malden or Maiden? I thought it was Maiden. But it looks like Malden. Okay. I thought it was Maiden. And Mojo, if you care, has Voodoo Dance. All techs are in this game. They're just elements that are character exclusive, character indigenous or whatever. In other words, like Serge is the only one who can use dash and slash, and Kid's the only one that can use pilfer, but they work just like elements. Each one is the corresponding color of that character. They can only use them once per battle. They have to build up element power to do so. You can't move them around. Like, you see how dash and slash is on his level 3 grid? You can't move it back here or anything. No, that means if I want to use dash and slash, I gotta build up element power up to at least 3 before I can use it. I'm gonna get these guys fitted up for battle. And actually, you know what? Let's figure out how we want to get to Viper Manor before we go off the beaten path too much. Because, well, Guile says if you can find somebody who can, a sailor maybe, who can take us to Viper Manor, then he'll show us the way. Well, apparently Korcha knows something about Viper Manor. So if you go over here, I probably should have talked to Korcha earlier to see what he said. I wasn't sure how you do that. You go around, you have to go the long way. You go around here, and you go under this hut, and there's Korcha. Let's talk to him. Hey, guy.
And that guy rushed and hid there as soon as I got there. It was a hilarious sight. Ha ha ha, that's great. Oops, I got customers. Sorry, I'll get you some big fish next time you come by. Alright, Korcha, but is it really going to be big this time? You only ever catch small fry. Your boating skills are first class, but your fishing skills suck. Aw, shut up. See ya. Oh, it's you guys. You're tourists, right? Festival's a waste of time. My name's Korcha. I'm here from Goldo, working as a ferryman. I can take you anywhere you like with this boat. I take money, but don't worry, it's not that much. My boating skills are quite famous around here. I guarantee a comfortable ride. Hey, you. We want to get to Viper Manor. Can you take us there? Viper Manor? What you gonna do up in that place? You gonna go steal some treasure from the vaults or something? Don't go snooping into your customers' privacy. Are you gonna take us there or what? As long as you can pay me, I'll take you wherever you want. It's just that I don't know how to get into the manor. If you want to get there, bring someone who does.
I shall guide you there.
You sure you can get into a place like that?
Yes, trust me. All you need to do is prepare the boat.
You got it, but it'll cost you. It's gonna be 100 gold.
Well, we really have no choice, so yeah, pay it. Serge paid 100 gold. And, we getting in or what?
Come on, get on board. It's a little tight with the 4 of us, but it'll be a short trip. Don't you worry about a thing.
Alright, we're off to, Viper Manor. So how are we going to get into Viper Manor? I mean, like I said, that dude in Shadow Forest was blocking us. The guards at the gate were blocking us. But Guile seems to think he can get in. Well, we're going to take a little secret entrance in. Hey, those guys didn't listen to me. Jeez. Yeah, sorry, guy. I was just following a standard rule of RPGs. You told me not to do something, so I went ahead and did it. That's how it works. Hey, kid.
Wow, it's Korcha's boat.
Yeah, sure is.
Hey, how cool. And hey, those are the guys I talked to earlier.
Yep, imagine that. We wanted to go somewhere on a boat. It's a shame I'm gonna end off the video right here because I really love this music. This music's awesome. I would say it's one of my favorite tracks in the game, but that's saying a lot because almost every track in this game is amazing. Alright, so it looks like we're right outside the back door of Viper Manor. Well,
don't you think it's pretty dangerous?
Indeed. We'll make it. And don't you worry about us, Korcha.
You sound confident. Alright, let's get our asses in gear.
Yeah, you got it, kid. Alright, Will, I'm going to get my party prepped up, fitted up, ready to get going. If you want to go back to Termina, I think you just hop in the boat. And in the next video, we'll see if we can sneak into Viper Manor. Until then, I am 480 volts, signing off.